Lego Talk has been going nuts for these two sets, and in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly why. Also, it's arguably Disney's only chaotic neutral character, which I love. I'm very excited to share this with you. Usually I format my videos where we rate the set, review, and then final thoughts and on the way to the next video, but since I'm doing a 2-in-1, we're going to rate Stitch, review Stitch, rate Angel, review Angel, and then talk about them together. I'm so excited. Let's get into it. I do my ratings on a number of metrics to help you figure out if this set is right for you. Skill 6 out of 10. This is very similar to the How to Train Your Dragon Toothless. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below, but it was literally my last one before this, so it's pretty fresh in my mind. It does have some weird build techniques, particularly in the way that we attach the limbs. It will be beginner friendly, but probably a more difficult one for a beginner, if that makes sense. Aesthetics, 9 out of 10. This is great. I really love the addition of the ice cream. I love the little, I think this is a hibiscus flower up here. I love the Hawaiian shirt, and I really, really love the little spluted legs. I don't know why, but like, that has my heart. Being a little nitpicky here, we do have stickers in the use of the Hawaiian shirt. They weren't as hard to place because they weren't super specific, but there are stickers. I hate stickers. I also don't like how the hand that holds the ice cream looks when he's not holding the ice cream. It kind of forces it where you have to have the ice cream in his hand. I also do love the flower, but I do wish it looked a little bit better from like a straight on angle. Here, let me see if you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It would be nice if this was like a little bit more tilted. Durability, 7 out of 10. This is good for normal handling. Everything is pretty solid on this one, except for the ice cream. It falls out of the hand so incredibly easy, and that's a little annoying. I also did love the flower, but value 8 out of 10. I determined this rating solely on the price per brick. Normally a set will range from 6 to 12 cents per brick. By the way, I use bricks and pieces interchangeably, so I don't know. That's gonna happen. There are some factors that can affect a set's price per brick, including licensed IP. Hello, this is Disney, obviously a licensed IP, and custom pieces. There are definitely some custom printed pieces like these. I believe that this giant back piece here doesn't come typically in this color, so I think that's a custom color piece, and a few other little spots. This costs $64.99 and has 730 pieces, giving it an 8-cent price per brick. Granted, it's like 8.9 cents, but I just ran down to the nearest cent. I'm very happy with the value. It's actually the same as Toothless, which I think those are great for licensed IPs. Time, 10 out of 10. I do this rating solely based off of how many pieces I'm placing per hour relative to my average. Normally I'll place anywhere from 350 to 425 bricks per hour. This one took me 1 hour and 42 minutes and has 730 pieces, meaning I placed 429 bricks per hour, which is like slightly above my average. So I'm very happy with that. Joy, 9 out of 10. Slight bump down for the stickers, but really not that much. Despite the stickers, I did have a really fun time with the Hawaiian shirt. I thought that was a really fun ad, and it makes this a lot more memorable. I also really love the ice cream. I can't help but think this is a reference to the Sunburnt Tourist from the animated movie, and I love it. Also, even though I was talking crap about it, I do love the addition of the hibiscus flower. That was absolutely adorable. Overall, I'm gonna rate this with the angel because I think those two are supposed to go together. Let's talk about it. Stitch is 7 bags, and there's definitely sections. The first and second bags are the torso, the third bag is the back legs, the fourth is the front legs, the fifth and sixth are the head, and the last are the ears and some little decorations. It's kind of hard to say, but I'd say this one looks a bit more accurate to the 2005 animated movie instead of the recent live action. Stitch is actually such a beloved character. This was released over a full year before the live action movie. I initially thought it was just solid enough of a character that they released the set prior to any movie announcements, but I was wrong. In my research, I saw the live action remake was actually announced in 2018, and the release of this set was pretty close to the trailer release date, but if I'm being honest, I didn't know about the remake until this year. Don't really pay attention to Disney live action remakes, if I'm being honest. To me, this kind of made sense to do a live action remake of because the franchise still has a strong fandom over 20 years later. There's actually a Stitch Day, June 26. It coincides with his experiment number, 626. While the remake definitely got some mixed reviews, this set has not. I think the first time I saw it was from Carly Lego on TikTok, but the more I was paying attention to other creators, the more I was getting influenced by it. Then when I was going through the June releases, I saw Angel, and that finalized the decision for me. Since I was literally the target demographic for the movie's release, I remember Angel, and specifically the Lilo and Stitch animated series that did a whole episode about her. I thought I didn't remember much of that show, but then when I was rewatching it for this video, I realized I quote it kind of a lot. If you know me offline and hear me saying something kind of out of pocket, most likely I'm quoting a show or movie. Or fine. Anywho, they were just as cute together as I remembered, and I also remembered the other girls at school going feral for Angel, so I'm so happy she made a little cameo in the movie, so we got to build her. I mentioned earlier my theory that the ice cream is a subtle nod towards the sunburnt tourist from the movie, but for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why Stitch is wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I really tried to figure it out, but to the best of my knowledge, it was just to accessorize him. Also, I don't know how much longer this will be here, but if you go to the Lego website and find the set, if you scroll down, it'll give you 2 alternative accessories that you can order the bricks for separately, a microphone and sunglasses. I'd really love to be like, they should have given us the option, but really, it's at such a good value, I understand why it wasn't included. The colors of the additional accessories are red and black, which, in my opinion, doesn't match Stitch's outfit like at all, but I guess it would have been tricky to find something that does. I also was surprised how well the colors worked on this set. Usually yellow and blue are not my favorite color combination, especially those shades, but I really enjoyed it on this set. I also do really adore Stitch's and Angel's little sploots. I don't know why, but to me it just captures their chaotic energy so well. I also enjoy the flower build. It was so much fun to use normal pieces in a way I never would have thought of. I do my ratings on a number of metrics to help you figure out if this set is right for you. Skill 6 out of 10. This is very similar to Stitch, so I'm not going to bore you by saying the same exact details as I just did. I will say that if you do both, no matter which order you do it in, you will find the second one inevitably way easier because those weird build techniques are in both. Usually for me, this would be a point of contention with Enjoy, but honestly, these characters look so similar, I completely understand why that happened. Aesthetics, 10 out of 10. I think it's slightly cuter than Stitch. I'm sorry. I know Stitch is adorable, but I really, really love her little claws. I don't know, the colors, everything. I just think she's a little cuter. I really in particular love the heart and the butterfly options. I think those are really cute and I'm really happy we got them for her. There are no stickers within her and I really, again, love this little sploot. It's so cute. Durability, 7 out of 10. Some of these hearts are kind of easy to break off. But besides that, I feel like it's fine for normal handling and you might have those little tiny pieces that pop off, but overall this thing isn't shattering. Value 8 out of 10. I know it's been a few minutes since I just explained this. I do the value rating solely based off the price per brick. Normally a set will range from 6 to 12 cents. Some things can affect obviously licensed IP here and it does have custom printed pieces. I also think that this heart piece is custom. This costs $64.99 and has 784 pieces, giving it an 8-cent price per brick, which is the same as Stitch, but it was on the lower end of the 8 cents, so I'm very, very happy with that. Again, for a licensed IP, amazing. Time 10 out of 10. Again, this is only done off of how many bricks I'm placing per hour. My average is 350 to 425. This took me 1 hour and 44 minutes and has 784 pieces, meaning I place over 448 pieces per hour. That's insane. I'm so happy with it. It went so far off the normal schedule. Blown away. I can't tell if that's because I built this one first and then this one, but regardless, I'm happy with it. Joy, 10 out of 10. I love this build. I thought it was so much fun. The antennae were so much fun to build. I like that they're a little bit posable. I love how posable the ears are. I think that the feet on this, I love her little paws so much. This was so much fun. I did find her weirdly slightly more enjoyable than Stitch. Don't know why. Overall, we'll do that at the end. This build is 6 bags, which is actually 1 less than Stitch, but it has slightly more pieces, which is interesting. The bags don't feel particularly large, even though there was 1 less. This Angel definitely has sections. The first bag is the torso, the second bag is the front legs, the third bag is the back legs, the fourth and fifth bags are the head, and the final bag is the ears and small details. Going back to the episode of Lilo and Stitch, I remember Angel being really evil, but it's funny watching as an adult because really she's just a brat. In the episode, they find out Angel is an escaped experiment number 624, which makes me question if she's older than Stitch. I mean, probably not that much older, but I thought that was interesting. She has powers where if she sings to somebody, she can turn them evil. But Disney Channel's version of evil is laughably campy. Lilo is convinced that Angel is evil because Angel pushed Lilo down when they first met. That's literally it. If that's the standards for being evil, we all were evil children, including Lilo herself is evil for pushing Myrtle in the first movie. Actually, maybe worse. It's implied that she punched her. And then Lilo is just as catty to Angel the whole episode. By the way, she got her name because it was sarcastically said by Lilo, which is probably the best and funniest way for her to get her name. I also just don't think a character designed to be so cute could be evil. Anyways, she spends the whole episode being a chaotic evil and tries to turn Stitch, but a chaotic neutral will stay chaotic neutral. In the end, Stitch ends up captured by Captain Gantu, and because he's so chaotic, he breaks the ship and they crash, and suddenly Angel is good. I remember this episode being a lot more hardcore, but like the only bad thing she does is push Lilo and convince Stitch to follow her into a trap. Okay, maybe that part wasn't good. A tad evil. But yeah, she likes Stitch and just done with evil, which is like such a funny Disney wrap up, and this all takes place in 22 minutes. In case you sometimes like to go back and watch some of these shows that you did when you were a kid for like nostalgia purposes, it's actually available for free on YouTube via the Disney Channel animation channel. That's hard to say, but it's verified and it has a bunch of shows like this. Overall, I'd say I like this one a bit better than Stitch, but I don't really have a reason to point to as of why. I do think it's really fun to get the duo and have them display together, which I definitely am planning on doing. While I think eventually doing a bunch of builds in this style would feel a lot like the Brickheads, I definitely wouldn't mind getting a few more characters done in this style over the next few years. Also, I'm not talking crap about Brickheads. I love Brickheads, but they do get to a point of being formulaic. I've also heard the Simba build is similar, so if that's something you'd like me to do, definitely let me know. Not that I wouldn't already spend a stupid amount on Legos without suggestions, but I'm always open to what you want to see me do because ultimately it's more fun to do builds to share with you. Anywho, this is how they look at the end, and it's honestly adorable. Nobody ever tells you how hard it is to pick up 2 Lego sets in your hands, but it is hard. Okay, so my final rating for these, overall, A tier. I think by themselves, I would have given them an overall rating of B. I don't know how much demand realistically there would be for just Stitch or Angel, but I think together the demand's higher. By themselves, I would have given Stitch or Angel a ranking of B, just like I did with Toothless. The main reason being, again, I don't know how much appeal there is for just Angel or just Stitch. In my opinion, this appeals more to older Gen Z and younger millennials who grew up watching these movies. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. But I think these both being available makes them a cute little couple, and it totally works. I love a set for one, and I think a lot of people within the Lego community like collecting things that kind of come as a duo. Beyond that, I can't really explain why the appeal of these work so well together, but like these are gonna look so cute on a shelf together. I feel like this one is missing what the other one, Toothless, was, which was the Light Fury to go with it. Also, a final thing, I did not know where to put this, but I wish we could have also had the option to give Angel the ice cream cone. Just like a little thing. I don't know how important that is and where that should go, but I wanted to point that out before the end of the video because I had that thought. I just barely hit 5,000 subscribers like 2 days ago as of filming, obviously. My turnaround from like this to when it gets posted usually isn't that quick, but I want to say thank you guys so much because this wouldn't be possible without you. I also just want to say a really quick thank you to my husband. This channel would not be possible without him. There's so many things he's done to make this dream of mine a reality, so I just want to say thank you to him, and then obviously thank you to you, because without you guys watching these videos, there'd be no point in me making them. Like, I want to be able to share my builds and my passions with people, and you being the people that I get to share it with literally means the world to me. So I just want to say thank you so much for that. If you like this video review, definitely click subscribe, click the like button, comment down below, let me know your thoughts on this set, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!